look at that. These are absolutely delicious. That is perfect.
The Wild Grill is brought to you by Napoleon Grills, Northfork Bison,
Welcome to the Wild Grill. Today is all about North America's largest mammal, the mighty bison. For our main, I'll be making juicy, fall off the bone barbecue ribs, and that will be accompanied with a garlic mashed potato. And for starter, I'll be doing bison and mushroom pastry bites. And to add some extra sweetness to the end of our celebration, I will be making a fresh peach crumble. Oh my goodness, I can't wait. Let's get into it. Now, these pastry bites can be used for any occasion. You can make it a little larger if you want to try it for a main. You are the boss, applesauce. But for today, I'm going to be making it as a starter, so I want them a little smaller. First things first, let's get my butter and then my onions into my nice and cozy skillet. Yummy butter. Let's get that all melted up. And now let's add our onions. Something I learned recently about onions is that there's actually over 900 species of them in the world, which is absolutely amazing. That's a lot of some things that'll make you cry. My onions are looking fantastic. They're nice and translucent. Now I'm going to add in our mushrooms. Look at that. Love mushrooms. So we all know mushrooms are part of the fungi family, but what's interesting is that also part of this family, we have yeasts and molds, and you know, molds get a pretty bad rap, okay? I know, I get it. It's kind of gross, but the miracle of penicillin did come from it. So we got to give it a little bit of love. So my mushrooms are done. Now I just want to get them off that heat and I'll get it into a bowl. Oh, the aroma of home cooking. Now I want to get my bison into my skillet. Now I'm just going to brown it. I don't want to fully cook it. I just want to get a nice sear on there. Now let's get those off and into the bowl. And now all I need to do is grab my fresh, that I made throughout the night, pastry, which is a lie. I bought it from the store, which is just such a blessing. Get this right onto my board. And now you'll want to cut your pastry based on whatever size you're going with. You know, if it's a main, then maybe you'll use the whole sheet. But right now for our starters, I'm just gonna cut this probably, I'm gonna get 3 lengths both ways. Now we're just gonna scoop on our mushrooms and onions. As you do this, just keep in mind the size you're working with, and you can go with 1 or 2 pieces of your bison. This phase is not the pretty phase. Now I'm finding that I did go a little heavy-handed with my onions and mushrooms. Not a big deal. It's actually one of the greatest problems to have in life. So my bison, I'm just gonna limit that down to 1 nice big chunk per bite. Now my pastry is just slightly dried out, so all I'm going to do is just get a little bit of water on my finger and just brush those edges. Okay, and now let's bring our 4 corners together. Oh, it's like a wild game dumpling. Now let's give these beautiful bundles of joy an egg wash. Next, all we want to do is grab a greased pan. I'm just going to use the foil pan for this, and we'll get them right into their home for the next little while. Space them out so they all have room around them, so we get a good cook on them. All right, let's get them on the grill. Oh yes. All right, so we'll leave those on there for about 20 to 30 minutes, and I'm just going to keep my eye on it, keep checking it, and I'm looking for really the doneness of the pastry. Oh my goodness. Those look amazing. Let's go ahead and get them off. Look at those beautiful ladies there. Now, a couple of mine have opened up. Now, do not panic, okay, if that happens, because it's not a bad thing. Your mushrooms are starting to release their juices in there, and that moisture can be released. And I tell you, nobody's gonna frown once they taste these. This one right here in front is calling my name. Oh my goodness. Are you kidding me? That just falls right apart in my mouth. I could just sit here and eat this whole thing.
This portion of the Wild Grill is brought to you by Northfork Bison.
Welcome back, friends. It is time for the main event. Swapped out party hats, so now I want to jump in and prep my ribs. First things first, I'm going to remove the membrane that's coating one side of my ribs. Little tip for you, the membrane actually sticks well to paper towel, and so you just wrap it in that, give it a good yank, and it should lift up for you. And there you go. Now, under the membrane is actually a layer of fat. You might think that you haven't removed it all, but you have, and this fat layer is actually going to add to the flavor as we cook these ribs. Next up, we want to add our rub. Now, I'm using a sweet rub today, but you can use your favorite. And in order for the rub to bind, we need to use either mayonnaise. Some people like to use that, but today I'm actually using mustard. And I feel like that just kind of gives it that extra kick that I'm looking for. Time to get messy. Now it's time for your rub, and you really want to coat your ribs liberally. So don't be afraid, get a nice layer on there. Time to get our barbecue on. Now what I'm doing is I am turning on my 3 right burners because I want to cook these bad boys on the left so that I get some indirect heat. Now I'm also going to turn on my smoker. There we go. And it shouldn't be too long until I start to see that smoke really building. All right, let's get these in. Ooh, delicioso. Now the key to our ribs today is low and slow. So I'm going to leave them on here for about an hour before I get to the next step with those. So now I want to switch gears a little bit and start focusing on my garlic mashed. And the first step with that is roasting my garlic. Now garlic is super easy. All we're going to do is chop a little bit off, like so. Now we're just going to grab our foil. We'll make kind of a little bed for these beautiful garlics. Okay, just a nice little bed like so. And now we just want to drizzle this with some olive oil. And now we'll just close these right up like that. Easy peasy lemon squeezy, and we'll get these on the grill. So as I mentioned earlier, today we are cooking our ribs using indirect heat, as well as the integrated smoker tray. Now when it comes to using smoke in your grilling, there are a few key things you want to consider. First, choose hardwood. Woods like hickory, oak, maple, pecan, and even most fruit trees like cherry, apple, and peach will add different flavors to your smoked meal. Second, and most important, is to soak your wood chips for at least an hour. The more moisture the chips have, the slower they eventually burn, and that will create the most smoke, producing the most flavor to penetrate the meat. The third rule is cook low and slow. This means a low temperature in the 200 to 240 degree Fahrenheit range, while cooking items should average about 5 to 8 hours depending on what you're smoking.
This Wild Sips is brought to you by Eurovintage Wines and Spirits.
Welcome to Wild Sips, friends. As you can see, we are switching things up here a little bit with my friend Erin. Thanks for coming back and joining me again.
Thanks for inviting me.
I have bison rib racks, 2 big guys.
They are huge.
Aren't they?
Yeah.
With your expertise, I want to know, what do you think we should do?
This is a really lovely Polish vodka, and it's just so clean, and it has like these really beautiful notes, very earthy, but there's a little bit of almond, there's a little bit of even the faintest whiff of vanilla, but it's a clean, pristine vodka. And so I thought the best way to show it off would be martinis, which are very much back in fashion. Okay, so I'm going to do a little bit of a double pour, some for me, some for you.
Okay.
And maybe while I'm doing that, will you see if you can get me a lemon zest? So into my mixing glass, I'm gonna do a couple drops of a nice citrus bitters. Just get that in there before I forget. So one recipe would be 2.5 ounces of our vodka. I'm doubling it up, so we're gonna go for 5. Okay, that's a lot, but it's gonna be 2. And then what we're going to do for a single recipe, you would just do a 1/2 ounce of dry vermouth.
Okay.
And so doubling that up, we're just gonna do 1.
Right.
So basically it's a 3-ounce drink each. Vermouth is very much back in style as well, and a nice dry vermouth will only enhance this really lovely vodka. We're gonna give it a good count. Let's say usually about a good 30 seconds to really chill it down. All right, will you dump out the ice from those glasses for me?
Absolutely.
We've got them nice and chilled. And I'm going to give these a nice little pour. Oh wait, your zest, line the glass.
Oh, thank you.
Look how beautifully you've done this. It brings a tear to my eye. So let me pour yours first. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi. That big girl pour. And then mine. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3. But look how crystal clear that is. Look at that. So we've got our beautiful Bison vodka. Let's give it a smell because it does have these, and with that citrus, it's so fresh.
Right.
It's so zingy.
Oh, wow.
Isn't that nice?
Yes.
Oh, that's so good. Let's take a sip.
Oh, wow. Oh, but
And you can really get that back of that, almost like that almondy vanilla.
Yes.
You know, not that I want to yuck your yum or steal your show, but gosh darn it, I'm happy with this.
You are good.
This portion of the Wild Grill is brought to you by Napoleon Grills.
When it comes to a barbecue that has it all, Napoleon's Prestige Pro Series of barbecues fit the bill. Having 5 main burners, an infrared rear burner for the rotisserie, an additional infrared side sear station, and a dedicated burner for the smoker tray. Use the integrated smoker tray and dedicated burner to add smoke to all of your favorite grilled creations. All right, friends, my ribs have been on here for an hour. Time to get them off. Oh my goodness, delicious. Oh, look at that hunk of meat. Now all we want to do, I'll probably cut them in probably every second rib, and then I can fit them into my pan a little bit nicer. Oh yeah. All right. Now we are just going to crowd these around each other. All right. These I want to cut down, probably going to go between every rib here. Oh, these are meaty. All right, let's get all of these in here. Now, my ribs only need 2 more ingredients added to them to get them right to that juicy, sticky gooiness that I'm going for, and that is butter as well as my barbecue sauce. Butter heals the soul. So feel free to go with your favorite barbecue sauce. Today I'll be using Neal Brothers Smoky Bold flavor. Oh yes. Don't be stingy now. You get that sauce right in there. Okay, what I'm gonna do from here is just cover this with foil. I'll get it onto the barbecue and I'll check it in about 30 minutes time. Now on my side grill, I have my Dutch oven full of water. It's actually right at the boiling point. Now I want to add in my yellow potatoes. So boiling potatoes generally takes about 15 to 20 minutes, depending on the size of the potatoes that you're using. And here on my side burner, I'm just going to keep an eye on it, but it won't take long, that's for sure. Potatoes are done. Let's go ahead and get them off. Oh yes. Oh, they look like they're ready to fall apart. Now I'm using a handy dandy mashed potato ricer today. These things are pretty neat, but if you want, you go ahead and you use more elbow grease with your regular old potato masher. All right, that is a good amount in there. From here, we just want to add our butter and a little bit of cream, get that thickened up, and let's stir it up. Now, mashed potatoes are always a hit. I think not only of special occasions like Thanksgiving and whatnot, but I just love how you can also add in garlic to it. It just kind of lifts it and gives it an extra pizzazz for everyday life. Okay, from here, let's go ahead and open our garlic up. Oh, the smell. Oh, that smells beautiful. Okay, from here, we just go ahead and give that a little bit of a pinch, and your garlic will fall right in there. Oh, roasted garlic. Absolutely delicious. Let's go ahead and stir that in. Oh, the aroma that's coming from that. All right, that looks nicely incorporated. Now, taste test. Oh, that is nice. That's very rich. Potatoes are tasting great, friends. I think all they need is a little bit more salt and pepper. Then we're gonna jump over and check out our ribs on the grill. Oh, look at that. Oh, the aroma just hits you right in the face. Look at how juicy those are. Oh my goodness. These look delicious and they smell absolutely amazing. I can't wait to get into one. This one's calling my name. Oh, can you see that? Oh my goodness. Oh wow. Oh wow. Oh, the heat on that. I can taste that rub coming right through that. Oh, it's so juicy. It's just like melting in my mouth. Oh, this is what dreams are made of, friends. The bison is a large and majestic animal. As a member of the bovine family, bison only has two surviving species, the European and American bison. The American bison is only found in North America, primarily in America and Canada. There are two subspecies of the American bison, the plains bison and the wood bison. Both species live in valleys and on prairie plains, although sometimes they can be found grazing in hilly areas where slopes are not too steep for these large animals. Bison are large, very large. They have a broad and muscular stature with shaggy, long-haired coats to help them survive the harsh, cold winds of winter. Adult bison grow to well over 6 feet tall and over 11 feet long. Their weight ranges from 880 to 2,800 pounds. Bison, commonly referred to as buffalo, are grazers that feed and travel in herds. Before a period of mass harvesting in the 19th and 20th centuries, bison was prevalent all across North America, including parts of Mexico. In more recent years, through strict and dedicated conservation protection and very limited hunting, the bison population in North America has rebounded from endangered species status. The most commonly known herd is the Yellowstone bison herd. It is the oldest and largest public bison herd, and it is estimated to comprise of more than 4,800 bison. Yellowstone National Park may be the only location in the United States where free-ranging bison continue to exist that were not reintroduced.
The Wild Grill is brought to you by Napoleon Grills, Northfork Bison,
Well, friends, the day is getting on here. The wind is picking up. And the great thing about smoking is that when you go into it, you know it's an investment of your time. It's going to go low and slow, so be prepared to be around your Napoleon barbecue for quite a while. To finish off today's menu, I have a delicious and quick recipe, just what we need after a long day of smoking. So what we have for you today is a peach crisp. I already have my peaches in my foil pan, and now I want to top them with a little bit of cinnamon. Who doesn't love cinnamon? And now we'll just grab our bowl and put our ingredients together. We have our flour, our salt, rest of our cinnamon, brown sugar. Next we add our cold butter. And then we just find our handy dandy pastry cutter, roll up our sleeves and get in there and incorporate it all together until you get everything into nice little crumbles. That is looking very crumbly. Now at this point, we just want to add our oats and start folding those in. All right, that's looking great. Now, let's get these two together and get this date started. We'll just make sure it's as evenly distributed as possible. Go ahead and add that on. Now we'll just give it a little bit of smoothing out. All right, next step, let's get it on the heat. And so I have my barbecue set at about 450. I'm gonna have it on for about 30 minutes, but I'll be checking it throughout the cook. Look at that. Wow, friends, that looks absolutely delicious. Look at this, friends. I'm going in. Wish me luck. Ooh, I got a peach here just calling my name. Oh my goodness. But the peaches just fall apart in my mouth, and then I have the crunch from the oats. This is a winner, guys. So as you can see, friends, the investment put into smoking your bison will actually be, how do they say, hashtag worth it. Check out our website for all of today's recipes and more. Thanks for tuning in to The Wild Grill, full of flavor.